Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Shon-Jhon, the middleman CEO. You've been lied to. Yes, you. And guess what? I have been lied to too. And millions of people across the country, probably across the world, have all been lied to. And now I have to say this. We didn't all right, so whenever we got the lie, I don't think it was intended to always be a lie. I believe that we've gotten to a point where the information we were given years ago is no longer as relevant as it was in order to have a good life, in order to make a bunch of money, in order to drive a nice car, live in a nice neighborhood, and enjoy your life. One thing that scares me, I always tell people, I'm not afraid of death because I know where I'm going. I'm not afraid of having one day and not having the next. What I am afraid of is dying with regrets, right? And so, because I do understand I only get one life, and if I don't get to do the things that I want to do while I can still do it, then I'm going to have that regret because I'm always going to, always going to look back and go, man, I wish I would have done that, or wish I would have tried that. And there are a lot of things I don't want to try. I don't need to jump out of an airplane. I don't need that. But starting a business, for instance, was something that I was very nervous about. Was something I didn't have any experience in, and no one in my circle had any experience in. And so I was getting a bunch of bad advice, even from myself. And when you give yourself counseling and it's bad, it's usually bad. And so that was happening a lot. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to regret it if I don't try this middleman business. I'm probably going to regret it. At least if it doesn't work, I'll know. And I can be able to say at the end of my life, look back and go, hey, I gave it a shot. It just didn't work. As opposed to, it probably would have worked had I given it a shot. And so I don't like regret. And so, but a lot of the information that we were given, it wasn't intended to be bad information whenever it was given to us. It was, and most times, it was probably given to us by people who love us. Parents, friends, teachers, mentors. It was given to us by people who love us, who care about us, who wanted the best for us. But unfortunately for them, their knowledge could only go so far, right? So your grandparents didn't have access to an iPhone. So they couldn't foresee what was coming with iPhones, right? And what advantages it would provide and what you would be able to do with it, right? And so, but you and I, we have that. And so we have the information and the technology to change our lives. So I'm here to let you know that I've been lied to, you've been lied to, and so many of us have been lied to. And like I said, it wasn't always intentional. Hopefully it was never intentional, but there's some really, really snobby people in this world, just keeping it real. And so we're going to talk about just a few things. I'm at my board. I got my marker because I heard somebody say, go to the board and break it down. All right, so I'm going to go to the board and break it down. By the way, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please help me out by smashing the subscribe button, smashing a thumbs up. That way YouTube's algorithm, right, would share this video with more people like you who can use or benefit from this content. Or you can just take the liberty of sharing it on your own social medias. Hey, I found this guy in a pink hat, and this guy's talking about financial literacy and financial education. He's saying some wild stuff. But go give it a try, right? Go give it a listen, and then share it on your social media platforms. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for that. And we're over 2,000 subscribers, so that's a shock to me. I didn't think that many people would care about this content, but hey, that 10%, man, we're starting to grow. There's a 90%, there's 10%, there's mindset. The 90% is most people in America, they're broke and poor mindset I used to have. Then there's the wealth mindset of the rich, and that's the 10%. So we want to think like the rich, right? So we're going to talk about a few things, and I hope this video helps you in some way. We're going to cover some cool things that I believe if you teach these things to your kids today, or if you teach these things to people around you, it might not work out that well. So let's talk about a couple, right? So what do we learn? What were we told, right? So We were told first, we were told to go to college. Anybody was told that? We were told to go to college because if we go to college, we can get a degree. And so we were told that as children, right? Remember in elementary school, you were always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? No one ever asked you what kind of business you want to have. And so we were told to go to college. And so everything that we did from kindergarten on up to college was about getting us into college, passing tests, getting good grades, being a good student, right? And it was all about getting us one place, getting us to college. And so I believe today that college is a scam for most people, not everybody. If you are a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, or a brain surgeon, or someone who needs additional special training, yes, you should go to college. Now, there may be other ways in the future where you can learn it, but yes, you should go to college. Just try to go for free or try to go for cheap so you don't have that debt. Try to get your scholarships and get that training. And then when you get out, you should make a bunch of money. Secondly, I believe that unless you are 1,000% sure what you want to do in college, you should not go to college until you're like 25. Go get a job. Go live your life. You've been in high school and school your whole life. Go get a job. Go get in the workforce. Go live. Come back in 5 years and say, all right, what do I want to do now? I thought I wanted to be work in a dental office. I've worked in a dental office as an assistant. I don't like that. See, instead of going to college, blowing the money, because they're going to charge you for classes even if you don't want it. It's crazy. They force you to buy a product you don't even want. Like, I'm here just to be an engineer. I know, but you got to take this history of arts. What? Yeah, that's a $10,000 semester course. Wait, I don't want to buy that. Isn't that crazy? They force you to do it. Drop a comment if you got an opinion on that. So if you agree or disagree. So go off to college, get a degree, right? That degree is supposed to lead to something that's called a safe, secure job, right? So college, most people when they go off to college, they end up with bad debt. Why did I write bad in front of debt? Because all debt is not bad. Debt that's used to acquire an asset and makes you money while someone else pays off the debt, that's good debt. Bad debt is debt you have to pay off. So if you go and buy a car, you borrow money, that's debt. You borrow money to pay off the car. By the way, debt is free. Go look at debt is tax free. Go look at another video. You'll understand why Trump didn't pay taxes. Because debt is tax free. You can do it too. And so bad debt is debt you pay back. Good debt is debt someone else pays back for you. You buy a car, excuse me, you buy a car, you drive the car, you pay off the debt, that's bad debt. You buy a car, you put it on Turo. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying, easy example, you buy a car, you put it on Turo, you rent it out, someone rents it from you, they pay you enough money to put money in your pocket and pay off your car note, that's good debt. It wears your car out, yes, but it's still good debt. So good debt is when they pay it back for you. You don't pay it back. That's why you're, all right. We're going to talk about a house in a second. All right. So college, system of bad debt. Now you're by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but if you go back to the Obama, I'm not Democratic or Republican. I hope you guys voted. I always say if you don't know anything about the candidates, it's probably best not to vote because you might vote for the wrong candidate. Do some research. Of course, you're not going to know everybody. Don't vote for people that you don't know about their policies. Very dangerous. So it's better to leave it blank. So, and so you, bad debt, right? So bad debt. I was about to chase a rabbit again. Come here, silly rabbit. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, guys, if you appreciate this channel. I know this ain't the prettiest channel. I know I ain't the most handsome face. And I know I ain't the loudest, and I don't have all the light shows and stuff like that. I just do this from my office, on my training board in my office. And I just try to teach you guys everything I know about financial education and business. And it ain't a whole lot. I don't know a whole lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a whole lot. I'm just learning this. I was poor all the way up until 2020. I'm just learning how to make money. And so I'm just sharing it with you guys. And I don't know how long I'm going to do these YouTube channels. I don't know. But if you guys continue to like, subscribe, and support and comment, I'll keep doing it. If that fades away, I'll just assume people don't want to learn it, and I'll just leave it at that. So, bad debt, go to college, get that debt, bad debt. In Obama's administration, I think that's when the government started backing the student loans. And so when the government started backing the student loans, that's when the tuition went through the roof, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when it became like ridiculous loan amounts because the government backed it. Now, if the government backs it, that means you back it. How do I know this? Because the government makes money. The primary way of making money, they have a few sources. The primary way is through taxes. So they're going to tax your paycheck. By the way, if one of the candidates get into office, that particular candidate is talking about taxing the rich. It ain't going to happen. That's how this country taxes got started. They said, we're just going to tax the rich. The rich said, no, we ain't having it, blah, blah, blah. We're going to borrow money to do what we want to do. Well, debt is tax-free. It's not earned income. I'm going through this fast. And so they had to start taxing. I always say this. This is how it's set up. There's the poor in America. There's the rich. We'll just call them rich, you know, 250, 350, 400, 500 a year. And then there's the MC, the middle class. The middle class makes up the majority. So there's about, we'll say about 10% here. Probably about, I'd say about 30% here. And then about 60% here. The majority of money in the economy does not come from the rich. It comes from the middle class. The middle class is way bigger than the rich class, right? I know the rich make a bunch of money, but the middle class, you guys are the ones. See, they don't get taxed, right? So no tax. How did I get over here? God help us. Somebody get me back on track. So no tax for the rich, no tax for the poor. How do I know this? Because when I was poor, the government gave me a check called the income tax return because I wasn't making enough money. So the poor, they pay no taxes. The rich pay no taxes. The poor pay it because they have no money. The rich don't pay taxes because they use debt. So the next time somebody tell you all debt is bad, you show them this video. All debt is not bad. Debt that you pay back is bad. Debt someone else pays back for you is good debt. Would you borrow 50 million or would you borrow, I don't know, $20 million to buy a house? If you do, that's bad debt. Would you borrow $20 million to build an apartment complex that someone else lives in and they pay you rent every month and you pay some to the bank and some to you? Yes, good debt. So the middle class, they're the ones with, in fact, this is a middle class chart you're about to see. The 10%, I feel like I'm blessing somebody right here. It's blessing me. So smash the thumbs up if this is helping you and opening your eyes. The rich use debt, so they pay no taxes. Hey, Donald Trump didn't pay taxes. He was making all that money, Hillary said. And then you guys got crazy. Oh my gosh, he's not paying taxes. But I always challenge you to be less emotional and be more logical. The question you should have asked when you heard that, because she said, Donald Trump doesn't pay taxes. And Donald Trump said, that makes me smart. The question you should have asked was, wait, he doesn't pay taxes? Okay. And I know he's rich. Why is he not in jail? Is the IRS after him? They're not. He's not going to jail? Nope. Then what are you doing? Right? That's logic. Logic would be like, is it illegal? No. Then what the heck are you doing so I can do it? And here it is. Donald Trump tax. Donald Trump, what do you call it? Thinking of Monopoly. Pay no taxes, do not pass go, whatever. So Donald Trump his tax plan is to borrow money. A lot of them do it. They borrow money because the only way you get taxed is paychecks. The only way you get taxed up front is a paycheck. Paycheck is called earned income. How do I know? Because if you don't go to work, you don't earn it. They don't pay you. So a paycheck is earned income, and then it's tax, Current Tax Payment Act of, I think, 1943. The current I'm giving you a little tax history, but the Current Tax Payment Act allows the government to go into your paycheck before you get paid. So when you get paid, there's a thing called a gross and a net. It wasn't always that way. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if you actually got everything they promise you, the entire gross, but you don't. You only get the net. So what happens is your paycheck is pre-tax because the government passed a law, Current Tax Payment Act, that allows them to dip into your paycheck before you do. And it's not just the government. A lot of people can do it. The child support system can do it. Student loan debt can do it. So a lot of people can watch you work and rip your paycheck off and give you what's left. You're a scavenger out here, scavenging to get what's left of your paycheck after they finish. I've seen like lions kill buffaloes, eat the buffalo, and then here come the little scavenger critters to get whatever's left over. That's you if you have a paycheck. Now, I'm not against paychecks. I'm not against jobs, right? I'm not against rap, and I ain't against rappers, but we are against those thugs. All right? I'm dating myself. When I was a kid, I used to love that song. So anyway, if you guys could guess that song, put it in the comments. So the 10%, the rich, right? But the majority of people are right here in the middle class. So when they tell you they're going to start off taxing the rich going to say, we don't have paychecks, we have debt. And then just to show you really quickly, again, here I go chasing that rabbit. Y'all got to help me out. Don't let me chase this rabbit. So here we go. Elon Musk is worth tons of money. But yet Elon Musk doesn't pay himself a lot of money through a paycheck. Why? Because it would be taxed up front. Right? So the IRS says it just has to be a reasonable amount. So he may pay himself $200,000 a year. Government take half that, he take the other 100, fine. But where's the real money? Well, the real money is tied up in his stocks and shares that he owns. So if he owns billions of dollars in shares, he'll just go to the bank, leverage those shares against the bank. So he'll go to the bank and say, I own these shares worth this amount. Just like you would go to the bank and say, I own this house worth this amount. I need a loan against this house. He'll borrow money, and when you get that loan against your house, it's tax-free. He'll borrow money against his shares. They'll charge him a little interest rate just like they charge you. So he's got his money, it's tax-free. He paid no taxes on it because it's debt. And then all he has to do is wait on his, they charge him 3%. His shares go up to 5%. He sells some shares, pay back the debt, still made money on his shares. Right? So the money that was raised through his shares would pay back the loan. He still has the loan. He still paid no taxes. Was that too fast? I hope it ain't go too fast. But that ain't what I'm here to talk about. All right, here we go. So the taxes are eventually going to come down to the middle class. Why? Because it's the biggest class. Right? And they keep falling for this. What's this that they keep falling for? Let's talk about it. See, I wish they taught, again, that's why my kids are not going to go all the way through school. Not through public school. No, because they're never going to teach them that. They're going to teach them stupidity. And I ain't having it. I just had to meet with a teacher a week ago and I said, hey, my son's 4 years old in pre-K. You got to stop sending those bears home. She was like, but the bears said, no. My son, 4-year-olds can't have bad days. I can read his body language when he comes out of the classroom and he looks depressed because he didn't get a good bear today. What the fuck are you doing? We're not having that. No, my son's 4 years old. We ain't about to stress him out. And don't send work home. We ain't doing homework. My wife can tell you, she'll be like, my wife will do it. And I have to stop her. Stop. She'll be like, what's in the book sack? I don't know and I don't check it. That's schoolwork, not homework. We got stuff to do at home. We're not sitting here doing more work. No. Now you can do whatever you want. This is just my household. I'm king when my wife's not around. All right, here we go. So job, that's the next thing they give you. They give you a job, right? But with a job is, remember they tell you these things about jobs. Jobs are safe and secure, but jobs are not safe. Jobs are not secure. The great philosopher Chris Brown said, these jobs ain't loyal. Made a whole song about it. These jobs ain't loyal. Remember that? Something like that. So don't trust these jobs, right? They're not gonna be there to take care of you. So the jobs are not safe. So we don't want to trust these jobs. But again, you guys have been lied to. You believe that college is the way to go. And again, for some people it is, but for most it's not, right? Most people regret going to college. College should do this. I should be able to sell my worthless degree back to the college if it doesn't produce anything. Or college should go half on my loan. Or college should let me pay my loan back if I get a job according to my degree. I'm just saying. All right. And then you get these jobs that you believe are safe, secure, and they're not. They're not safe. They're not secure, right? And so after that, what are you told to do? Oh, it's going to get me in trouble. It always does. You're told to save up money, right? Well, we'll go back to save, but we're told to buy a house. What's that to mean? Buy a house. They tell you to buy a house because they tell you your house is your biggest what? Asset. But I say, wait, not so fast, my friend. Let's pump the brakes on that asset thing. First thing we need to do is define what an asset or a liability is. I'm giving y'all a whole masterclass, and I didn't even mean to go this long. An asset, we just put A and then an L for liability. An asset is money coming in. Liability, money going out. When you buy that beautiful house, and there's nothing wrong with owning a house, just understand that it's not an asset. And also, don't buy it with your paycheck. Go watch my other videos. An asset, money coming in is an asset. Money going out is a liability. When the mortgage is due on the house that you live in, who pays who? Does the bank pay you when the mortgage is due, or do you pay the bank? You pay the bank? Okay, gotcha. Money going out, what does it make it? A liability. Thank you. Now, if you had a tenant in your house that pays you and pay the bank, congratulations, you have an asset. But as long as you're the one living in it and paying the mortgage, it's not an asset. It's the bank's asset. It's your liability. I watch a smart guy on here, and I'm not going to call his name, older black gentleman, super smart, and he's always talking about get your credit score up. By the way, you never hear the rich people talking about getting credit scores up. He's always talking about the importance of a credit score, and I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying, right? Yeah, and he's talking about get your credit score up so you can buy a house because the house is an asset, and I'm still confused. I don't understand how a guy this intelligent can keep telling you that your house is an asset. I'm not telling you don't buy an asset and a house. That's Grant Cardone. I'm not telling you buy a house. That's Dave Ramsey. I just tell you it's not an asset. Don't buy with a paycheck. That's all I'm saying. So your house is not an asset. It's actually based on the law or the principle of cash flow. It's a liability because the money moves away from you. Now, if you can convert it, you move out, you rent it, someone moves in, now you've got yourself an asset because the house pays you. I hope this is helping. Smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe if this is helping. All right, we'll do two more, and then I'm going to get off here because I can go forever. Save money. This is going to get me in trouble, too. I just told you your house was a liability. I know that shocked you. Now I'm going to tell you saving money in a bank account is a terrible idea. Or I should say, leaving money in a bank account is a terrible idea. So let's say, because I had a comment under one of my videos, a guy said, hey, Shon, you're wrong. Saving money for a rainy day and emergency is a great idea, right? I said, how much do you have in your account? He said he had 100 grand. I said, okay, perfect. All right, I said, so as long as that 100 grand has been sitting in that account, what does it do for you? And he was honest and he said, nothing. Exactly. So I'm not telling you you should have zeros in your savings account. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple things. I don't want emergency accounts. I don't want rainy day accounts. Why? I'm not going to name it that because I don't want to manifest that. I don't want that. I want an opportunity account. Start calling your accounts opportunity accounts. You know what? Because you're going to look for whatever you name it. If you're going to name it an emergency account, guess what that account's going to be out there searching for in order to be successful? It's going to be searching for an emergency. You are too. If you name it a rainy day account, guess what you're going to be waiting for? You're going to be looking for rainy days. Oh, here's an opportunity to use that account. It's a rainy day. I don't like rainy days. Sometimes I do. But what if you change the name to an opportunity account? Should do a video on this. Let me know if you guys want it. If you change it to an opportunity account, now that account is looking for, and you are looking for opportunities to what? Multiply the money. So if you save money in the bank, that's dead money. Why? Because if you leave it there, it does nothing for you. Money, if you understand this, you'll understand this. Money is a tool, T-O-O-L. If you don't have a need for the tool, or if you don't use the tool, it's worthless. If you stack money in a bank account and leave it there, what does it do for you? Nothing is the answer. They don't pay enough interest to leave it there. So, and most people don't have much money to leave there. So my advice is to take the money out of the account, or at least some, and then take a chance, start a business, get an investment, get some type of asset, let that thing make money for you, and then develop the habit of using money to make money. Don't save the money, don't put it in the bank where it dies. Just take the money out, try something new, right? Do what the banks do, not what they tell you to do. They tell you to save your money in the bank, and they don't save money. Do you know if the banks save money like they tell you to save money, the banks will be out of business? So don't do what the banks do. I'm sorry, don't do what the banks tell you to do. Do what the banks do. What are the banks doing? Oh, they're taking the money and selling it? Then I'm going to take the money and use it. You didn't know you could buy money? Yeah. What do you think an interest rate is? Okay. All right. Last one, I promise, because I know you guys are pissed off by now. Don't be mad. I'm just teaching you things I've learned. Where you're probably saying, nobody's on the internet teaching this. Well, maybe they didn't learn it the way I did. Maybe they didn't go through this. I did. I went through this. I didn't do much college. I did college for a week. I had a kid, so I had to get a job, so that didn't work out. I did get a job that I thought was safe and secure. Turned out not to be. I did save money, and I did buy a house in 2020, sold it in 2022, just put a new house under contract that'll be ready in about 4 or 5 months. Brand new, beautiful home here in Dallas, Texas, but I did not buy it with a paycheck, and I understand it's a liability. I used to save money in a bank account. When I lost my job, I burned through that money. Took me a while to get a job back, end up homeless. So when you guys are always like, save the money in case you lose your job. Well, you don't know if you're going to get a job that pays enough. You don't know when you're going to get that job. A better idea would be, while you still have a job, go ahead and use some of the money to learn how to make more money, so that when you do lose your job, because you will, because it's not safe, it's not secure, you're going to have cash flow coming in. An example would be if you get a vending machine. Just let's say you get a couple of vending machines and it makes $1,000 a month, right? Not going to make you rich. But if you lose your job, that's $1,000 still coming in. Now, if you waited and you were like, my job's safe, secure. Then you lost your job, and then you're like, I can't afford to spend that $1,000 for a vending machine now, because now I'm in an emergency situation. I need every penny. Well, while you still have the job and that paycheck, paychecks makes me sick. And so while you still have that job, so many people being robbed of their lives, bribed by paychecks. While you still have that job, go ahead and get an asset or create a business and let that thing grow and make money. So by the time they fire you, because they will, you'll be okay. Last one I'm going to give you is retirement. Right? If you saw my video recently, you know I don't care about retirement. I don't really talk about getting to retirement. I want to work as long as I can, because I want to do something I enjoy doing. If I'm teaching like this and I get to travel the country and teach people financial education and then how to convert it into owning a business. So I teach you, hey, the stuff you're doing, it's going to work for a little while, then it's going to leave you hanging. So here's what you should be doing. Take a little money out of your bank account, invest it into starting a middleman business. What's a middleman business? Do you have a phone? Yes. You can run it from your phone. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to leave your house. Let me teach you how to make $10,000 in the next 6 months per month from your phone, working 1 hour a week. Shon, is that possible? I do it. If it were not so, I would have told you so. But I do it. I work 1 hour a week, meeting with my my VA, Cynthia. She does all of my booking, all of my depositing, all of my dispatch. So I don't have to do anything with the business except monitor her. She runs the business for me. You can hire a VA too. It ain't hard work. All I do is find customers who need to get moved. I'm in the moving industry. You don't have to be in the moving industry. You can be. I have students who are in home cleaning, pressure washing, heating and AC, roofing, TV mounting, pest control, lawn care, pool services, tutoring services. I have students who do a bunch of stuff. And so I teach them to book a customer, take a deposit, dispatch the work. So it just looks like this. You're gonna find a customer, whatever industry you pick. You might be in the home cleaning service. You're gonna find a customer. The VA is gonna book the customer. The VA is gonna take a deposit for you. I try to keep you around $150 for the average deposit. Some students do more, some do a little less, still not bad. and then you're going to dispatch the work. So whatever industry you choose, whatever city you want to open in, does not matter. You do it on the phone. You don't have to be in that city. You could be in Chicago running a business in Miami. Why? Because you don't do the work anyway. Someone else does. You don't have to leave your house. So I book customers who need to be moved in Dallas. We take $150 deposit, goes into my account, and then I dispatch work. I don't even talk to these customers. The VA does all that. I pay my VA to answer calls, emails, and text message, take the booking, and then get my money. And then dispatch the work to ISPs, independent service professionals in the area. They're going to go out and do the move, not me, right? So if you go to my Stripe account, I have 150, 150, 150, 150. And that's how I make money. So that's how I get time to do these videos. So I'm never in a hurry because I got time. Life's all about time. So if you want to learn how to do that, by the way, get financial education and learn how to start a business from your phone, you like what you saw and you want to know more, then all you have to do is come to the Thursday night, 7 p.m. Texas time, that's Central Time. I'm going to be teaching you financial education and then how to use that to start a business from your phone where you can make money without having to leave your house, without having to quit your job, without having to leave vacation early. You can do whatever you want. You can be on the beach making money. All you have to do is click the reservation link in the video description below, or just put the word middleman in the comments and you'll get that link, but you cannot come without the link. So retirement is not realistic. We'll just call it fake. Because if you're somebody who's biting into the lie that retirement is going to be there for you, let me ask you how. Your 401k? Okay, that's what you're going to say. Oh, 401k. Yep, Social Security is going to be there. All right, well, let me tell you. The Social Security is broke. The only way they're going to secure that is by continuing to tax you. They're going to tax you till you die. Just like that candidate who's saying, we're going to tax the rich. Ain't happening. You're going to tax the middle class. Right? Don't let them fool you. Right? They tax Elon Musk enough, he's going to shut his business down. He's rich. Now who they're going to tax? They need those paychecks from the 10,000 people working at Tesla. That's the part you don't think about. Right? They can tax those paychecks because those people don't know how to get out of paying taxes. The rich do. All right, so Social Security is broke. That won't be there for you. 401k, you don't know what the tax rates are going to be in the next 10, 20 years. You don't know if the market's going to be up. You don't know if the market's going to be down. You don't know what it's going to cost to make a living, to take care of yourself. You do not know. Why put your money in the hands of someone who's just making their money off of fees? They don't know if your thing's going to go up and down. That's why they always tell you, on average. Well, what if this ain't the average year and it's bad and then you lose all your money? What happens? So I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to educate you. So I hope this video helped you in some way. I would not put my future in anybody's hand, let alone the government. So I ain't trusting any of this. Sure, your 401k looks good now, but that's because the government's been printing money to save these companies. I'm just telling you. So, but this is the scam most people fall for. You guys have been lied to. You've been told this was the way to go. It was 20, 30 years ago, just not today. Banks used to pay interest on savings account. They no longer do it. I'm just telling you, times have changed. Anyway, I hope this video blesses you in the best way. I hope you guys hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and enjoy this channel. And if you guys want to learn how to start a middleman business from your phone, from your home, or your couch, or the beach, whatever you want to do, let me teach you how to do it. I've been doing it since 2020. That's all I do. I'm free to do whatever I want to do with my day all the time. And I can teach you guys how to do it. All you need is a phone and a willingness to learn. Be there in the free live training Thursday night, 7 p.m., and let me change your life. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Thank you for watching The Middleman CEO. I'm Shon-Jhon. If you have any questions or comments, you agree or disagree, drop it in the comment box. And if I see it, I promise you I'll try to get to it as quickly as I can. If you have any questions about the Middleman course, or you just want to go to middlemanceo.com and grab it and start rolling, go over there, click VIP so you can get one-on-one trainings with me, and let me help you to build your middleman business. I promise you it's going to be easy because I already do it. See you guys in the free live training and on the next video. Peace.